Hello everyone, this is a brief, I hope it will be brief, look at and review and flip through of the Squid Cake Marseille Tarot by Jess Rollar, published by Rockpool Publishing. And so I've got the box here, I'll just open it up. It's a lovely, sturdy box. Very beautifully designed. I love this deck. Here are the cards. The Magician is peeking out. There's the Fool. It comes with a very high quality little white book. I won't spend too much time on the book, but it is useful. It's quite nice. And a wonderful little box as well. So this deck is quite small, as you can see. I'll show you compared to another deck that I have. This is a kind of standard size, right? This is the CBD Tarot de Marseille. And you can see the Squid Cake is a lot smaller than it is, but it's a great deck nonetheless. I can highly recommend it. It does excellent readings. I will say that shuffling it can be kind of tough. You can overhand shuffle it without any trouble, but it's riffle shuffling, which I really like to do. Riffle shuffling's a little hard, and so I'll show you that before I end the video today. The cardstock is excellent, very smooth, sturdy, it's holding up well. I'm getting just a little bit of, if you can see here, just a little bit of wear on the edges. Very slight, not too bad. Okay, so let's look at each of the cards. I'll just flip through them one at a time so that you can see, and maybe I will zoom in here. Okay. So here we go. I love that High Priestess reading her book. And the Hierophant with these interesting flamingo kind of birds. It is a Marseille deck. And so you'll see, right, it's got with the lovers, it's got the three figures with the squid cupid up here, rather than the sort of Adam and Eve that we get with a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The Hermit there with their lantern, number 9. The Wheel of Fortune has, I think it's an axolotl and a cat, and what is that, like a griffin? Strength doesn't have a lion, instead we've got this plant, Audrey 2 kind of character. If anyone's familiar with Little Shop of Horrors, that's what it reminds me of. Number 13 with no name. We know what that is. Here's our devil. Okay, here are the batons. The ace, I love the batons. The colors are excellent. The pips are great. I really love reading with this deck. And I will say, I think it's particularly great because when you're looking for a deck and you want it to be kind of gentle and lighthearted and fun, it can still give hard-hitting answers, but it's in a very whimsical, kind way. You'll see the knights are all riding different creatures other than horses. Here we have a giant snail, for example. Here's the Ace of Cups that looks like a house. These two ghosts on the Two of Cups. The Page of Cups bumbling about there. The Knight of Cups here riding giant tentacles, presumably from a squid. And now swords, Ace of Swords. Using a pretty traditional Marseille pip style, except with strawberries instead of other kinds of foliage. Here's our Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords riding a chicken, a giant turquoise chicken, in fact. And here are our coins. A giant strawberry there on the 9 of coins. Our page, here the knight with their giant toad or frog, which I think is a lot of fun. The queen in an overstuffed armchair, and the king. Okay, so what I'd like to do is shuffle these cards and show you what it's like to shuffle them. And this is my main complaint about this deck. I love it, but the size and the thickness of cardstock does make it difficult to use. I like to riffle shuffle. I cannot riffle shuffle these. I can riffle shuffle them barely. I can't do the bridge. And so shuffling them is kind of a pain sometimes. And it's too bad because I really do love this deck. I would say if they were ever to print this in a more standard size, I would buy that instantly. I would pre-order it. I would love to have that. I'm not sure that I commented on the backs of the cards, but this is what the backs look like. So let's see. Shuffling them. So you can see it's a challenge to get these to shuffle. Okay, so I can overhand shuffle them with no problem whatsoever. This is easy. This is fine. But, you know, when you're riffle shuffling, you do it 7 times or more and the cards are totally mixed and random. But when you're overhand shuffling, you need way more than 7 times to get the same amount of randomness. And so, you know, if you're doing a lot of readings consecutively for yourself or other people, you probably get a little annoyed at having to shuffle these over and over and over, and being a little frustrated with it. So what I'll do once I'm done shuffling these is just a very quick 3-card deck interview question. I have had this deck for a while, and I have used it quite a bit. But I thought it would be fun to do a little deck interview question at the end of the video. So I'll do that. I will say it's a little easier with this deck, if you're riffle shuffling, to sort of just get the corners, you can just get the corners, then you can, you know, the cardstock is really great. So if you can just get the corners riffled, then without too much trouble, you can get everything put together. But since I have these in perfect order, I do want to make sure they're really well shuffled. My question I'm going to ask is, what is this deck really good at? What is this deck really good at? That's our question. What is this deck really good at? Okay, 8 of batons. The Tower. And the Queen of batons. Okay, 8 of batons, the Tower, and the Queen of batons. So, what is this deck really good at? It's really good at helping you regulate things in your life when it's all falling apart and you feel very defensive. I like that. 8 of batons, structure, putting things together, building things, and feeling like you really need to follow the rules, get everything neatly stacked, especially when it feels like you're going through a big transition or everything's falling apart. Your tower's been struck by divine fire from above and you're falling down and you feel like you need to protect yourself. You need to look very carefully ahead at what comes next and hold on to at least one of the sticks that you'd so neatly ordered earlier. This deck is the one for you. This deck will help you hang on to some of that orderliness when things are coming apart and you need help moving forward. Okay, well, I hope that you take a look at this deck, see if it's something that would work well for you, and I highly recommend it. My only complaint really is the size. It's a little tough to do that shuffling, but overall, this is an absolutely excellent deck. I highly recommend it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.